Hi, good evening. I'm excited to have Aarin here and really excited to be part of this series on Aarin's take on next play. In addition to basketball, I think the intent is also to educate about the game of cricket. And so, really excited about some of the information about the game. I'd love to turn it to Aarin. So, Aarin, if you don't mind introducing about yourself and your channel.
Okay, so hello guys. Welcome to an episode of Aaron's Take on Next Play. My name is Aaron, and I'm not only going to do basketball, but I'm also going to do other sports. And I love cricket. I've been watching since I was like a little kid, and people constantly ask me at school, like my American friends, like it's not that popular in the United States. Like, what is it? What are the rules? And I just love talking about sports, analytics, stats, and I love math also. So that ties in with that. And can you tell me some information in history about cricket?
Yeah. So thank you, Aaron. I mean, I grew up playing the game and watching the game where in India, unlike the US, when there are some important games, everybody stops and just focuses on watching and they're locked in about the game. And I grew up watching some exciting games, and India has been very strong in cricket and
very big
team, and they have won some amazing championships.
Sachin Tendulkar was
some amazing players, and we are in the golden age of Indian cricket, as we say. So it's exciting for me to sort of have you sort of educate like you continue to do for people who relatively don't know this game. Mm-hmm. So especially in this part of the world. So maybe just to give you a quick context about the game, cricket is slightly similar to baseball.
Yeah.
You have a bat as well as have a ball, but in cricket,
it's called a Yorker.
Yeah, and so you have the stumps, which are, it's a 22-yard pitch, and so the stumps are placed at 22-yard distance, and there is two teams that play. One team generally is where they make runs, so you score, and there are batsmen who are actually hitting the ball, mm-hmm. and then they score these points or runs. The other team bowls and fields, and so they basically try to limit the runs. And so at one time, one team bats and the other team bowls and fields. And then after they score a certain number of, whether it's a 50 over game or a 20 over, the shorter versions are much more popular now. The amount of scores that is done, the other team then chases, and then if they do get the runs, then they win. Generally, it's 11 players on each team. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to make these batsmen out, and if you do that, then and limit the scoring, that's how you win. The game is at such a very old game. Mm. And it originated in Southeast England in the 1600s. So it's been around for a pretty long time.
Very long,
yeah. And the first recorded game in the history is 1646. So years ago.
Almost 500.
The laws for the games have been written in 1744.
That's crazy.
And the International Cricket League was established in 1909. So the rules of the games were written in the 1700s as well. Mm-hmm. So this game has been very popular, especially because it started in England. All the countries that had influence of England, these games were very popular. So India was a British colony, and Australia and various other countries, this game is played. So it's really played at a global level. There are lots of teams that play the game. in fact, even in the US, the game has been played since the 18th
Yeah,
century.
now it's starting to increase in popularity.
The popularity is now going big. As a matter
They
of
have a
fact,
team.
yeah, the US actually has its own team now, just like every country has their teams that play cricket. But now the other format, which is the what we call as the Major League Cricket League, is now formed, and there are now teams that, just like you have soccer leagues,
Baseball
and
leagues,
baseball and other
basketball,
leagues,
yeah.
basketball, NFL. Now cricket league will be starting in India, in the US. So the US, definitely all these teams, and so we are excited.
Yeah,
The
very
format of the league that is currently ongoing is called the Indian Premier League. This is relatively new league. I think this was only started in 2008 or
Yes.
so.
Yeah, very young.
Very young, but it is extremely popular. I mean, the games are watched.
Especially with India having over 1.4 billion people.
Yeah, people, and so the number of people actually watching the games is much bigger even than US,
Yes.
for example. So
It's like Americans watching basketball.
yeah,
Very
and so as a
popular.
matter of fact, they say that, though, like for example, NBA is taken, from the 40s, the amount of popularity and the amount of money that is generated from the US leagues, and where the IPL, which is relatively new as compared, it's only started in 2008. They are now generating a lot of money.
Yeah.
They are not at the level as the US.
They've had more experience.
But they say that this will surpass even like what the NBA makes now. So there's a lot of exciting sort of games, and so the league right now, the Indian Premier League, is ongoing, and I'd love for I think, Aarin, you've been watching these games, and so if you don't mind, maybe just tell us the teams that are playing, and
Yeah.
since they are also in the playoffs, as I understand.
Yes. So this is IPL, Indian Premier League, like soccer. So there's 10 teams playing, and it's around 65, 70 matches in total. This has lasted 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's very fun, edge of your seats. And they see runs, and everyone has up to 10 wickets until they're out, and a wicket is out. And also, like you were saying about overs, and over is 6 balls, so
Yes.
6 times the bowler will bowl. That's an over. So 20 would be 120.
It's a 20 overs that each team is bowling.
Yes.
So 6 balls per bowler, per over. Right. Yeah.
And there are 10 teams. I'll name you them.
Yeah.
So this is in order. So from 1 through 10. Gujarat Titans. So these are all different cities and states, famous places.
In India.
Yeah. So the Gujarat Titans, or GT. The Punjab Kings, the PVKS. Royal Challengers, Bengaluru, RCB. Then we have the Mumbai Indians, which is MI, which is where you grew up.
Yep.
And then there's Delhi Capitals. We have the Lucknow Super Giants, LSG. Kolkata Knight Riders, KKR. Sunrisers, Hyderabad. We have Rajasthan Royals, and then the Chennai Super Kings. And they play against each other, and we are currently in the playoffs, which is similar to many others, like hockey. Gujarat, Punjab, the Royal Challengers, and Mumbai, they are all in the playoffs.
The 4 teams out of the 10,
Yes.
they have made it to the playoffs. Yes.
It's depending on points. There's a points table, and whoever the top 4 with most points based on wins, you get
Advance.
points. It's like a simulation. You get points for that. So the playoff schedule will be qualifier 1 would be May 29th. So top 2 teams in New Chandigarh, which is a place in India, a big arena, and then eliminator May 30th. Will be the 3rd team versus the 4th team, so in same place. qualifier 2 would be June 1st. The loser of qualifier 1 versus the winner of the eliminator in Ahmedabad, which is a famous place in Gujarat and those areas.
Yes.
Close to there. Also big stadium. And the final will be really, really big. The winners of both qualifier 1 and 2 will face off in Ahmedabad, and that's on June 3rd. So it's very similar to the finals in NBA, but it's just so fun to watch cricket.
Yeah. I think that's so it's going to be exciting. Like some of the, just like the leagues elsewhere, some of these leagues are owned by business people.
Yes,
they're
very
owned
famous.
by superstars. So this is a entertainment, and a lot of the players, even though it is Indian Premier League, they are international players
And there's
who are playing
yeah.
within the teams.
Like
right?
even like England, there's South Africa, there's New Zealand, many others like
countries,
from
yeah.
different areas, Australia also, and even many teams come, and this is very fun. I love watching this, and just like I taught you with basketball, you have taught me so much about cricket, and this is the reason I'm actually into cricket, because of you. You were the one that taught me all about the rules, how you play, all of that, and I just love it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be really exciting. The format is, the selection of the players is very similar to how we do with the leagues here, with NBA and others, where there's auction, there is money.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these players who
MVP.
traditionally play for their countries, they become then part of these leagues.
They get like hired.
They get hired, and so within those few months, it's exciting to watch all these superstars.
Crazy.
So it's a very fast-paced format of the game. So
It's not too long.
it's
like
not too
usual.
long, and it's like in the baseball scenario, you're just seeing pitchers sort of hitting home runs after home runs. So it's an exciting games, and so we are excited. I hope when we go to India, we'll go and watch some of these games.
And we can even play.
Yeah.
Like I've never played, but I'm very excited because we have gear, and just the weather is nice. So we're gonna take advantage. And even IPL has so many young stars. Like there's this young kid, 14-year-old, who made 100 runs.
Yes, recently.
And that really lighted up the whole place. Like in only 37 balls.
That's
so that's
correct.
crazy.
And maybe you can highlight
6s and 4s.
That's right. Maybe you can highlight in these next episodes on cricket some of these wonderful players
like
who are very
rules, what is
gifted
happening.
and
Talented,
and some of them come from very poor but very humble sort of backgrounds, but they are extremely passionate and dedicated and sort of really work very hard on the game. So no, I think just stay tuned for these next episodes. I think Aarin will bring details about the cricket game in his channel and these next games. So super excited about this, and looking forward to it. Hopefully you will follow the same format of not only talking about individual games and players, but also some trivia, which hopefully then people learn the game.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. So thank you, Aarin.
Yeah, thank you so much for telling me about cricket and the information. And we'll see you in the next episode. And bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.